It's Furia delivering the smackdown there on Inferno, 16-8 in its vitality the lesser. The Brazilians powering through, and ultimately on some individual heroics from both sides, it is still Furia that comes out on top. That of Art showing up in a big way, 21-14. This gentleman definitely had a big impact, a big say. Welcome back, Dallas. Welcome back to CORSAIR DreamHack Masters 2019. My name is Trace. Alongside of me will be Sponge and Pimp. We're going to walk you all the way through this matchup as it stands currently. Furia in the lead.
Explosive. Yeah, very explosive. You kind of pictured this game as being, you know, a great CT side facing a great T-sided team in Furia, and you could easily see who won that fight. Furia's T-side was simply just stronger, better, more drilled, and more aggressive than Saivu and the rest of Vitality's CT side.
I think a problem when you look at Vitality and the way that they approached that first half was they went for these buys that they didn't actually have fully fledged weapons. They didn't have all the nades they needed, or they didn't have all the rifles they needed. And when you have to play heads-up Counter-Strike versus a team that wants to go quick at you, like they swarm you with numbers, you need to be able to get multi-kills. And that's something that Furia have been fantastic on throughout this tournament so far on their T-sides. They actually have the highest multi-kills per player on the team thus far, and they've been able to continue that snowbally fashion here.
Yeah, and there is a reason. It's obvious now why Furia says, hey, we'll play you on Inferno. We feel confident enough to take you Inferno, and they've shown it right here.
There was obviously a lot of clutch scenarios. I think they won 4 1vx situations, right? But it still felt like they had Vitality covered across the board.
Yeah, well, we've got you covered too with this drawing board. Chad, take it away.
So one of the things which is in current meta right now, I've already done the circle towards the 3-pack towards B. This is the first gun round. Now, the current meta, you want to get banana control, use all your nades here, and make sure the Ts can't get that. But I want to also point out the fact that you can see Art and Yuri are carrying across Mach 10. So we're going to start playing out this clip, and I love that they do this with such pace. This is how Counter-Strike was back when I used to play. Really quick, really in your face. They both just go straight up mid here. Look at this, straight in, get that kill. They've already disrupted the defense. Look at this. Zaiwu is stuck on the site by himself. He only has an MP9. He has nothing to really defend with here. So we can clear off all the drawings, and you can just watch this round unfold. They're just going to swarm the bomb site at this point. 3 players all have to rotate in from spawn. Art's already got that covered off. It's so difficult right now. Right now, if I'm Vitality, I'm already calling a save. I've lost the bomb site. I have no map territory. Even with that kill, you've just been mollied and smoked on off. There's no way back in. They can set up their post-plant positions, and I love the way that Furia started off this half and started off the gun rounds with this aggressive, explosive style and taking advantage of the way teams are playing the current meta of banana control.
Rather than sort of waiting back, playing a little more patiently, perhaps waiting for Vitality to make a mistake, they're getting out ahead of the fight.
They sure are, and that's the way they play, and we kind of tried to paint that picture as well coming into this game, that if they come in with no respect, if they come in unimpressed and just play their own game like they did here in this game, especially in the first half on the T-side, I think every team is going to struggle against Furia. They're playing with so much confidence right now. Vinny is another guy we haven't really talked much about. He's a very unsung hero as well, doing a lot of entry frag.
Here's a Nuke round from them versus Fnatic, and they did a lot of ramp presence, and we highlighted this yesterday, but I wanted to give you a look of what it seems like, and this is another gun round. Look at this. 5 players just heading straight to ramp room this early, just bullying the solo ramp defender, pushing him away. They smoke off elbow. They push that individual away as well. And then check this execution to the lower bomb site. The smokes and molotovs that they use are very well rehearsed here. Smoke off the window, smoke off the doors. This limp smoke that comes out here to cover them in so they can actually explode through more angles into the site. And then something I want to note here is they prioritize this catwalk position, keeping players up there to defend the post plant. After this individual plants the bomb in the site, he's going to jump back up. And I just really wanted to point out the way Furia do this, because when we're moving to Nuke next, this could be a huge factor.
Yeah, first of all, I love that smoke right out there that gives them the leeway to go on the catwalk. Yeah. I think that is absolutely necessary. You don't see many teams throw that, even though it does seem crucial to holding the lower bomb.
It's very cool, right? Because it's sort of like they're mixing the old style of Counter-Strike with the new thinking meta, where you are very, cautious about how you use your nades. It's like seeing Envious play again, just with the nade set as well. So they're just taking it to another level, I feel, and that's so cool to see.
Right now, in my mind, Counter-Strike's at a point with like the high level where it's chess, right? Like you make a move and then we make this move, right? It makes sense. But Furia, what they're doing is they're coming in and they're just smashing the chessboard, right? That's what they're doing. They're just going, well, we're not playing chess today. We're playing a different game, and it's whatever Furia want to make it with their momentum. But if you can shut them down, lock them out, it gets a bit more difficult.
It's like they're holding all the cards and everybody wants to play checkers. Like, okay,
yeah,
well, that's not really how that works.
You've got to look at the way that they approach this game, though, and think to yourself that it might not have legs, right? Like, it might be working now, catching teams off guard. They're not mentally prepared to just play heads-up CS or ready everywhere across the map. They're too busy trying to fight over what is the current best real estate, like Banana, for example, probably like outside on Nuke. But if Furia overthink it, what they did yesterday, instead of just going for their ramp play like they did against Fnatic, they actually went for earlier stuff towards Yard, but they did it silently. They did it quietly. They didn't do it with too many smokes. They were trying to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, well, we do have a little bit of a delay. That doesn't mean that you should go anywhere. That doesn't mean you should do anything weird. Don't adjust your television set or monitor at home. If you're sitting out there in the audience, you shouldn't be doing anything weird anyway. We're kind of in a public setting. But I can tell you that Nuke being on the cards is going to be a heavy, heavy task here for the side of Vitality. We do know that Furia can come out and be explosive. We do know what they're capable of. Apparently, they love the Krieg. I think that's a talking point all on its own.
I think Vinny is a talking point all on his own. I'm really impressed with the way he played. He was very good during the minor as well. I think that's when I first caught eye to him, especially with the Krieg. Now we talk about that. But he's sort of like, he did what Apex couldn't do here, right? He was very aggressive. He was getting the entry frags. Apex didn't really show too much for Vitality. So if he can keep that up on Nuke as well, where they are playing very aggressive, where they are playing fast towards ramp, fast towards Yard, and Apex can shut him down, then Vinny could be the X factor for the Furia guys. Also, Nuke, right? Furia, they won, was it 20 games in a row until yesterday when they lost to ENCE. It's not a bad map for them by any means.
It is not a lesser opponent to lose to either. ENCE are a world-class team. They've proven that.
Yeah, but those games that they'd won in the past need context of the level of opponent, right? This is their coming out. We just need to make that clear for everybody right here. This is the first time that they're playing at a tournament of this caliber. Obviously the major situation, but we're talking about making it to the playoffs, making it this far, being on a stage, all those little bits and pieces, they're new.
But in a world where Counter-Strike is so inconsistent, winning 20 maps in a row on a certain map, no matter who it is against, as long as it's against semi-pro teams, is to me impressive.
Well, if someone beat me 20 times in a row on Nuke, and at my current state, that wouldn't be very impressive, would it? Exactly, right? So I have to make sure that you do paint the picture as broadly as possible. But when you move into this one in your Vitality, you'll be starting on the T side, and you could see that they were a little bit rattled there. They weren't feeling too comfortable. There was some late round mistakes that they were clearly making, and I'm not sure if that's because of the pace was forcing them into those mistakes, but there definitely was a couple.
I mean, there were some late round heroics too. Zywoo, for example, also the highest rated player in the tournament thus far.
Yeah,
and I guess for the side of Furia, the one guy that they're having up here is Uriel.
And he's very, very good, isn't he? He's also a clutch player, apparently. That clutch with the, I think it was a MP7 or whatever it was.
Second mid, right?
Second mid. Yeah. That's just, intuitive, well-played Counter-Strike by that guy. He knows what to do in situations where he's pressured. He has it all under control, and he has that X factor for the Furia guys. I think he can match up with Zywoo, and Zywoo had a great game, right? He was doing everything in his power to make this a winnable situation for Vitality.
That retake would have been sick.
That retake would have been sick. But when you don't have Apex showing up, when you have RPK, I think he was combining for 6 frags the last 21 rounds after a good start to the half, or a good start to the game, then you can't win a game when you have 2 guys who are just not showing up.
I guess I want to reflect back to the veto process a little bit here, because when we go to Nuke, you have to think Vitality probably didn't feel super comfortable playing this map against Furia.
Well, I think, no, picking it, they must do. They must be able to see a lot of holes, right? The CT side of Furia on Nuke, we heard from Henry and Matt that it was difficult for them to close against the likes of Fnatic. Versus ENCE, they didn't do too well on their CT side. Their T side, we've seen the diversity of it, right? We've seen that they're well-versed on it. A couple of things to note, though. If things aren't working, it appears that Art goes for a lot of plays, right? He tries to set the example. And I was looking into some of his entry frag statistics. When he does get the opening kill, they convert 22% of their rounds. This is over the sample size of the last 6 months against top 20 teams. So that's pretty good, right? Art gets the opening kill, and from that, that contributes to 22% of their rounds won.
Not bad.
That's a pretty good stat. It's the highest in the team. I was trying to compare that with some of the things on the other side for Vitality, but the thing is they've played a lot more matches against top 20 teams in the last 6 months, so it's not like the same level to compare it to numbers-wise. But all in all, you are right. They do need the win factors of Apex, who was good at Summit, to show up. They need to be, I guess, just fragging as a unit right now. I think they're rattled from Inferno, to be honest.
Speaking of being rattled from Inferno, are you guys rattled at all in your choice here of picking Vitality?
I still think that they can take it in 3. They'll be starting on the T side of Nuke, right? So they won't be getting rattled by any of those different styles of play coming out from Furia. We've seen what they really like to do on their CT side was able to be picked apart by ENCE pretty easily. Yeah. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stay where I am.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Vitality as well, but I for once think it's a good thing for them to actually start on the T side on Nuke. Normally you would not say that, but considering the way that Furia is playing, the aggressiveness that is coming out from the T side, if they were to start on the CT side and get off to a bad start, I think that would be it. So they have some time to play inside the game, and they've shown they can make CT comebacks as well.
Well, Dallas, I need you to give me a round of applause. Not me personally, but these next 2 gentlemen right here, some of the hardest working and most mediocre looking gentlemen in the entire building. We do have Moses and Anders ready to get us into Nuke. Boys, take it away.
Moses, you want to say anything about that?
No, we'll take care of that one later. Trace will get what's coming to him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Think we take him down?
We could easily take him down.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you go first. It's yeah, this first game was absolutely incredible. Like, I mean, it was surprising to me to see Furia end up winning on Inferno. But it was the style they did in as well. I thought it was great and really enjoyable. Nuke, I just want to enjoy. I just want to see what's coming. If they keep up the same pace, it's going to be actually hilarious, isn't it?
Well, they're starting on the CT side, and I'm happy about that because Vitality, this is the first map that kind of made me look at Vitality in a new way and say they've got some really cool things. They've actually put a lot of hard work in. They play this T side very interesting on Nuke. They took some big scalps with it at Summit, most notably probably Liquid on this map. They absolutely trounced them on it. And their T side is very creative. They love getting down vents. They're very aggressive outside. They have a lot of different looks they can give you outside as well. And I think this is where Vitality have to be coming into this supremely confident. NBK, so confident indeed, he's just going to rush upper. He gets a little bit blinded. He's taking some damage from Mini, but that's the opening kill, goes to ZywOo, and now they control the rotation up the ladder.
Well, we're going to continue on the same pace, it seems, and now they're trying to see if they can get back into the bomb side, which they're having a little bit of trouble with. All 5 members are still alive here for Vitality. And you could tell Furia, oh, they really don't know how to get back into this. I mean, if you stick your head up out there, well, it's going to be a straight headshot from one of these Glocks. And now a lot of time has passed already. That bomb ticking away on the floor of the bomb site, and they're waiting Furia. That smoke, I think, in Mini was keeping them occupied for a while. Now they finally try and get it. MPK getting a little bit of what's his here. He did start it all off, and the rest are going to back on out. That's a nice uppercut here in the early rounds for Vitality.
Yeah, that was such a comprehensive victory for Vitality that Furia couldn't even really fight for the retake. They never even really got going into that site. So 1-0 for Vitality on this T side. Just very basic stuff. Blowing open the door, smoking off Mini, getting in towards that upper bomb site. Nice entry from ZywOo as Vinny gets caught out in the open. His teammate, people he was relying on to take some of that attention away, could never get in through Mini.
Well, we've got a scout and an MP9 in play, so that could get interesting here on the CT side. Especially if they end up going yard, although it seems like we're just going to repeat that pistol. Again, very, very flashed coming through, and there's a great grenade being thrown, and Vinny will pick up a kill as well. ZywOo does go down. It's Art with the scout up on the ground there, just up on the high ground, coming from the ladder. That's pretty impressive. They have a Molotov, so could be a bit uncomfortable. Could get a little bit hot up here. They're going to have to wait, and that should give us space for the bomb plant here.
That's a pretty interesting call from Vitality, that kind of a fast-paced rush 2 rounds in a row, maybe trying to kind of match the pace that Furia had knocked them out with on Inferno. RPK has the bomb. He needs to get down these vents and out of danger, but oh, that sound cue. They might as well just start running now because they've given up the game. Furia, that smoke was blocking the information, but the sound cue gave it up, and now Alex is in prime position.
Very powerful position. Oh,
no!
But the headshot will take him down. Able J to pick it up, and RPK at least going to get one there. Can he escape? Yeah, that's a big play. Going through the... There is a smoke on Able, but so that could help out some, but still, that MAC-10 on the other side, and he's got no kit. It's going to be a 10-second defuse. Trying to see if he can get it done.
He's going to get this.
Still defusing inside RPK. Oh, and he's not even looking. 10-second defuse inside of the smoke. I'd be so angry.
I would be too. That is a very, very heavy blow to take for Vitality early on in this half. What a return. That scout shot from Art in the upper bomb site, but RPK just didn't have the HP to come through that smoke. He's just saying, you know, if he's just tapping it and faking it and I come through that smoke with this HP, I'm just done. Way too long, and that's a mistake, I think, from Alex. That peak was just so slow, crawling right into the crosshair of the Deagle.
Yep, that put RPK in a very uncomfortable position. Interesting enough double smoke out here. One for the container, one for the main entrance to the garage.
So many eyeballs outside, though, at the moment. Who's going to get the first glimpse? Yuri. Oh, he's going to pop flash right through it. Yuri turns away from the flashbang. He's got the first and a second long range, but ZywOo is close up already with the AK.
I'm impressed he turned around for that grenade, though. I mean, if you're close, you could sometimes hear the pin being pulled, but that was something, wasn't it? Gonna give them a big lead here. 4 versus 2. Vitality obviously hoping to rebuy into this round and have a big impact.
At this point, they're hoping for a mistake. They need to find a kill that's going to cause players to shift their position. The problem is, Furia is in such good positions already, there's no reason for them to give that up. Gonna have to peek into this bomb site. It's Vinny. He spots one. No reason to re-peek that. Nade comes out. A little bit of chip damage. CORSAIR still up top, though. And they found him finally. Good trades. And they can get a couple of free upgrades to the AUG, to the AK-47s.
A lot of danger being presented here to Vitality after winning the pistol. I mean, it was a really short celebration. They lost that second round. Now the follow-up as well. And they are back to pistols. So seems like it could be a bit of an uphill battle. And again, on this current version of Nuke, you should be able to have a pretty good T side. Now they're trying for that hot push again, but it's got much worse. Molotov and then Vinny with the AUG to shut down 3 players. And that just leaves Alex sniping away. Glock versus AUG. Not really fair, is it?
No, it's not fair at all. Good recovery from Furia, 3-1 now. That gets so scary that Vitality had the win taken out of their sails in that second round. They need to get started on this T side immediately.
Yeah, like, be up 5-0 and really sort of like cement that.
Build your economy. You can really bully them a little bit before they can establish themselves. That's all taken away from them.
They seem to be a very hard team to shut down, Furia. You sort of mentioned it right when we started that they just keep going. Yuri up here with the AUG, great double. I mean, it's all in at this point, and he's going to get one more. Oh, man.
There's a little bit of that change in rhythm of this game. I mean, that's not necessarily an unknown push, but you could see Vitality just didn't expect him to be there at that point. They were completely ignoring checking those corners, so lost some focus, and this isn't the Vitality that you want to see, and this is a Vitality that's on the verge of getting eliminated. Homeboy's even taking notes.
Yeah, probably writing down like
this is how we wrecked them this round. This is how we wrecked them this round.
Yeah, maybe giving little stars to people, like little extra points, a little star on the wall when they get back home,
Yeah, give the game mouse to the best player.
Yeah, exactly like that. Already preparing for a victory. 4-1.
Early timeout taken by Vitality. Only 5 rounds into this map. Can't even really fault them either.
To me, it's absolutely crazy to see how far, it is good when you can push your opponent out of their comfort zone, but it seems they've done more than that right now, Furia. They've just removed them all. They're all the way out in the unknown, out in the wilderness, They don't speak the language. They have no money or anything. It's not good.
It's just wild, even Alex having his knife out, so confident no one was going to be there. No one was going to be in secret. I mean, there could have even just been someone at the bottom of those stairs that he would have died to.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Right
nice catch.
And Vinny with another 3K spray down from the AUG and hard. Yeah, that's a good shot. More stars. More, yeah. He's doing it. Is he seems like he's just drawing little smiley faces. Maybe he's just having a good time.
Yeah, maybe he's just having his own entertainment.
I used to do this in school, Moses. I would, whenever stuff was going on, I would sort of pretend to be writing stuff, because teachers tend not to ask you if it looks like you're writing. They don't want to interrupt someone who's like, doing something serious. So that was like my little trick. Maybe that's what he's doing now.
Yeah. Try not to get noticed by the teacher.
Well, he's sort of like, saying, I'm doing an important job here. Look at me writing away. I'm really helping.
I'm a hardworking coach.
I'm hardworking.
Well, 5-1. Vitality needs something immediately. Going back to the first map, they have been absolutely destroyed. Yuri again in this position. He got a triple kill their last round. No one heading outside for Vitality at the moment. Just one lurker. That's going to be
something
Alex.
good, if possible.
Yeah.
Just if they get to choose something that's going to help them out.
Looks like they want to go over towards ramp room. NBK is going to fake some upper pressure. Molotov. They're going to have all the information, right? They're going to see that no one is coming as soon as this clears. Alex trying to go for a lurk kill. Hasn't seen anything move. Yuri has not budged an inch. Ramp room is where the attack comes in. Able J's forced down. He's very low HP. There's Yuri finally moving from his position, and Alex has him.
Shooting out the window, that's an interesting... If they were coming for him and they heard that window go out, that might have sort of, forced them to slow down a bit, even though he was still behind that wall. So that would have been an interesting fake, but there's only 30 seconds right now. Even though they have the advantage, Vitality, they need to move pretty quickly. 27 seconds, then AbleJ, even though he's low on health, sneaking in, getting the kill, ducking right under his crosshair is Apex to pick up the kill in return. Shot right as the smoke is out, and now Art right underneath, but he's gonna get jumped. Apex on a bit of a tear this round for the double. Now 10 seconds left. They need that bomb plant, and finally it's gonna come through. CORSAIR, the only one left here in a 1 versus 2. Well, there's smoke not covering everything. He's trying to guess the angle, and it's very close. Grenade, he's going to dodge it, but that does actually give away the information. It's not enough. It's Alex to end the round there with the triple, Apex with a double, and finally a round for Vitality.
That was very dicey with the clock running down because Furia had rotated so many players into position in that lower bomb site. They had the manpower there, it just wasn't synced up properly, not taking fights together. 5-2, Vitality looking to build upon that and keep going. Full buy for Furia though, and they've got another one behind this, so a lot of cash has been built up by this Brazilian defense. Yuri right behind the smoke, looking for that peek, looking for Apex to give it to him.
It could have been close either way. I mean, it's not without risk making that smoke play on the CT side, but nothing comes of it. They all just back off. A bit of a slowdown of the game. NBK with just a deagle.
If Art goes out to these secret stairs, he's rotating through lower bomb site. If he gets out there in time, he can demolish everything that Vitality wants to do in this round. Here come the smokes. Looking for information. He's going to get blocked off from peering at the top of Twinkie. Someone, Alex, could walk right into this. The Molotov is out. He steps into it. He wants to eat the fire, wants to eat a little bit of damage, and he almost lands that shot. That would have been great. The Molotov comes out behind Vitality. But he's fighting a nice retreating battle.
Yeah, really buying time again.
Alex just took so much damage from that Molotov.
Yeah, for no reason. They're going to be pushing through. Apex has gone down. And now, yeah, the damage could be a real big problem. He's going to be looking for it. Shot through the wall would be enough. Headshot will definitely do it. In fact, overkill it might seem. AbleJ gets checked by Saiwu. Quick on the AK-47. Seems like if anything is going to get done here, Saiwu most of the time is going to be the one to do it. Well, they both get killed on the entry into the bomb site. Saiwu gets another couple of kills, making it a triple. But he can't do everything. And that will be a 6th round for Furia and sort of a disaster for Vitality.
Great job by Art. I mean, he is just a force in that secret stairs and that hallway as well, falling back, using the smoke and remaining aggressive. He's actually peeking those angles, and I don't think Vitality really is expecting that. It goes back to what you discussed with Rhythm. Usually that Molotov comes out on stairs and you don't have to worry about the pressure from an Alper there because he's going to fall back to a new angle. And Art just peeked right through it. Peeked later on into the smoke, and CORSAIR now with a triple kill. He's completely blind, he's gonna burn, but he stood his ground and just held the trigger. And that's half of the attack taken away. I think Yuri's just gonna play in the spot every single round, and so they probably won't expect it this frequently.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a very safe spot to be in anyway, right? Like, you could hear a lot if they make any mistake, you know, giving away noise, and probably has some backup with someone watching. Oh, he comes out. He actually he gets the headshot. That's incredible. Like, he was not ready for that. And still, he almost made it work. 7-2. Furia, I mean...
I haven't yet seen Vitality on this T side call one of their tactics. They did it so frequently last week of getting down vents, of just blowing open the door, getting someone down those vents to be able to backstab in towards secret.
They really wanted to this time.
Might as well. You don't have a whole lot to fight with. The best thing you can do is get some advantage on the map. No one committing. NBK even pausing. Oh, he even gets tagged with the AWP. Art's going to step through that smoke. Of course he is. Apex running outside. This time Yuri is not there. They still didn't clear the corner, though, you'll notice. RPK does right at the end. I don't think Furia's caught onto this just yet. Coming into vents a little bit late. It's Art with an AWP, and he didn't realize how close they were. Apex now has that weapon. He can pass it off to someone if he wants. It's AbleJ to hold down the fort in this lower bomb site. 3 players actually here now for Furia.
Yeah, so Vitality, they get the opening by having a lot of speed, then they slow it down, and the question is that a good move or not? Saiwu has no armor as the one who's picked up the AWPs. We'll see how that plays out. But Furia now also slowing down on their side. Not really doing much at the moment. Vinny has got a very forward position lobby, so they actually know a lot about what's happening on the other side.
And Able J is hearing all these footsteps. Vitality is not being quiet about this attack, so there's 3 players ready to defend this. Here we go. CORSAIR on the lower side. Able J waiting for them to stream out of the control windows. There's the first. He's got an easy one. They're going to swing out to try and take him out, but that's where CORSAIR chimes in, and it's a slaughter. All 5 kills among those 2 players. Again, Vitality find no entrance.
Job well done. 8-2. 11th round is going to be coming up. This is also going to be pretty much all of the money for Vitality being spent here, although, I mean, the loss bonus is building up, but still. I'm so curious. Like, now I'm so intrigued by what will happen if somebody does manage to sort of, you know, put a little bit of fear into Furia. Like, if a team, how will they change? Like, do they have a second layer to go to? I don't know about them yet, but I would be really interested to see that. RPK with a mad jump.
This is Vitality just crumbling before our eyes. They are getting peeled apart.
Like an onion?
Yeah, I guess so.
What else do you peel, man?
Or an orange. But, I mean, it almost feels like, I mean, again, another kill just peering up towards Silo, where player wasn't even ready for that fight to happen. Like, Furia's taking battles that Vitality just straight up does not expect.
Well, they do go for another timeout, so they get a bit of a chance to, you know, see what's coming, and maybe they can turn something around. But 9-2 is already a terrific scoreline. I think already Furia are in a good mood.
As long as they don't drop the ball, right? As long as they don't let them get up to 9-6 at this point. You know, you have 4 rounds left in this half. Get yourself into double digits. Make this an easy one. Make this an easy closeout 2-0. So much money built up on the CT side. There's not been impact from Vitality. They haven't gotten the bomb down since the 2nd round.
Yeah, that's a problem. I honestly feel like when most people were looking at this bracket, they were saying, man, we want Vitality and Liquid. That's going to be the face-off. Right now, I would love to see Liquid play this for Furia. That'd be very interesting.
I think Liquid would have an easier time of it. They'd probably practice against this team, first of all.
Yes, I agree. And they were looking great,
and
Liquid. I mean, against FaZe, remember?
Yeah. Well, and just in general, North American Counter-Strike tends to be a little bit crazy and puggy and aggressive, right?
Yeah.
They're used to playing teams like this.
Yeah, you think someone like Stewie, for instance, could, you know...
Oh, he would love
get
this.
with the program.
He'd probably love this. Here we go. Vinny's got another one. Transfers over. Everyone got a little bit blind. 3 kills. The multi-kill potential coming out of these Furia players is just madness.
Yeah, they do a good job. RPK is down here with the bomb, so this is a very small victory. I don't think he's going to make it out from behind the reactor either. I mean, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, no, he was close. It was close.
Looked all right for a second. Alex is basically just trying to outlurk Yuri at this point. Like, that's been his entire goal at this outer bomb site. Or this outer yard, excuse me. So he's got Nog for the next round, but that kill has no real impact.
Well, there we go. Double digits, Moses. You asked for it, and they delivered right away. They don't let you down.
I really want to see Vitality just even if it's just out of desperation, go back to those strategies. Get someone down vents. Do an outside take, a proper outside take where you're actually clearing corners. Looks like ZywOo is saying, if they're going to fight you on top of Silo, I'll just bring my AWP there, and I'll be able to handle it. I don't know if he spotted that. I don't know if he spotted Art. Art equally looking for a pick with this AWP, and he's going to swing out a little bit wider. He's going to have the chance. Worried about above, but they don't know he's here.
No, it seems like they really don't. Oh, no, this could be down to timing. Art, if he looks again, I think ZywOo's, yeah, he's visible, and he's scoped up, so he can't even really see him, can he? Ooh. Oh, he sees him just then! The eyes on Art. He just spotted that. That is really not easy. Like, it's one thing for us with the outline, with the X-ray on, but...
ZywOo's going to be so confused. He has no idea where he's been killed from. Furia just playing a masterclass of a game. And look at Vitality. Everyone's even back in T-spawn. They were just letting ZywOo have time to pick, and obviously they're lining up the smokes for outside, but... What's your plan after this? You wanted ZywOo to find you an opening kill. He's not able to do it, so now you're stuck in a 4-on-5. Coming for this delayed outer take.
They go for those close smokes, and they're allowed in through the container. They get a lot of yard control, but if you look at the clock, I mean, they don't have time to sort of cleverly convert this into anything. Pretty soon, they're gonna just have to try and run. That Molotov buying even more time in case they wanted to get up. 25 seconds, NBK cleverly sneaking in, but he's gonna get traded right away. RPK turning around, and he's gonna win the fight against Yuri at the very least. Only 16 seconds now on the clock, and it's a 2-on-3 with RPK low on health. Apex, that's the bomb down, so pretty much no chance here. I mean, he could get the kill, but he can't pick up the bomb and run back to plant it. So unless he could find Able J, nothing would work in this round, and he's not going to be able to. There'll be one more round for Furia. Oh no, it gets
Insult
worse.
to injury, yeah, it really does. RPK, no bonus money. He's going to be stuck on 27.50. And Vitality, they just have to buy whatever they can at this point. You just need to keep investing, try and get up towards 4. Nice round from Art. That's a big-time kill in Apex.
I'm so impressed he saw him up on the silo. MBK, nice shot. He did get tagged down to 2 health, so might want to be careful and try and back out. People can grenade that. People do grenade it, in fact. So there we go.
As he's found out. Oh, completely blind wall swinging out for a peek. This looks like it could be a good upper hit. CORSAIR inside the bomb site. They've all gone down. He actually gets a little confused, shoots at a teammate, but no damage. But Vitality has outmaneuvered Furia, at least in this round. Can Art bring it back? In the vents, he's going to have someone coming from behind. He's got to be careful. He's very committed to that peek over towards contamination.
Yeah, man. Able J's on the ramp from ramp room, and he's going to get shot down. Able J as well. Saibu with the double here. That was the vent push you were talking about, Moses. They did it, and it worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, it did. They got, 2 kills in the upper bomb site helps, because while everyone's rotating to kind of close up that site, you just sweep down lower and get a free plant. I'm just surprised we haven't seen them utilizing it more, because they against Liquid last week, they got someone down those vents virtually every single round. And they used it very efficiently. Haven't seen them once go for that.
They pick up a 3rd round, so right at the end here, we're heading into round number 15. They need the next one, then they need to win the pistol, then they need to continue to build. I mean, it's such a long road ahead to even have a conversation about how they can get back in the game at the moment.
Especially because even on like Inferno, at least you had Zywoo going nuts while everyone else was kind of struggling. Here, no one's doing great. Zywoo's still at the top, 10 and 14. But you don't, when you're going to switch over to the CT side, it's just the problem that you don't have a whole lot of mistakes to give up, and Furia just has seemingly outplayed Vitality across the board. Like, fast, aggressive strategies have been great. Vitality have been caught off guard a number of times, so you put this team on a T side, and all of a sudden that aggression, they're taking fights so quickly that rotations can't even come help.
Well, like I said, I kind of wanted to see Furia on the T side. It feels like they're playing so well. We might not even get much of a sample size, but it would be interesting to see if they could get some of these rushes in. 15th round here, and Vitality struggling to keep their heads above water at the moment.
That's going to be an upper hit. They're just going to fall straight into this set piece.
If they do it before Art gets up, maybe. If they try and get down the vent, that could get interesting. He's going to have to try and hold the vent with an AWP, so not always what you want to try and do. But they end up breaking it off. Maybe.
Could be a small fake. Throw your smokes outside, make them think that, and you have enough players to set up the outer hit. Looks like they want to put NBK in a position to lurk around towards Mini. It is going to be an upper hit. Maybe they drop down vents. CORSAIR waiting for his moment to be aggressive. Here's the first peek. RPK gets taken down, not cleared, and he transfers over to Apex. Again, just a slaughter. And again, there's nothing for Vitality. Not even a clean fight to take. Furia is electrifying, and they're up 12-3 at halftime.
Very well done. Amazing at the end there. It's going to be a short break, and we'll be back with the second half here, so stay tuned.
surprise. All my worldly things were outside. I guess that she had enough this time. Maybe I shouldn't have lied. I thought I could put one over on her. I thought I was way too sly. But when she put that X-ray vision on me, I just broke down and cried. I shouldn't have lied. I shouldn't have lied. Baby, I shouldn't have lied.
Second half coming up here, looking very dark indeed for Vitality. They are down 12-3 against a Furia team that honestly is just so much fun to watch. Probably less fun to play against, Moses.
Yeah, definitely. This is very stressful for Vitality. We'll have to see if they can make this comeback happen. The problem is it feels like Furia's gained so much momentum and so much confidence over Inferno, and now this first half that they might just be able to steamroll. Obviously, the pistol would, I mean, that would just be such a dagger for Vitality. Here we go. 2 players making it down secret, maybe crunching towards ramp room. Waiting for lobby aggression as well.
I mean, there's 3 people upper right now for Vitality, and Alex, the only one right now defending on the bomb site. Might need some backup. Yuri gonna be taking down RPK, so not the best start. Oh, and that backup, the vent, they actually get out. That's a bit of a problem. The Apex, great shot. He sees the shadow as well, but he's being attacked from a couple of different angles. They're gonna run him down Saibu as well. Oh my god, they just toyed with him, didn't they?
There's nothing he could do. You have to get aggressive at one of the angles, and getting aggressive exposes yourself to all the other teammates from Furia. What a blow. What a knockout punch. Alex left with 4 people to find. He's got 2. He can get this third real quickly as well. CORSAIR's pinned down, but Alex, 27 HP, trying to do everything. He's got the follow-up headshot as well. Now inside the site, no kit. He's got to stick it. Although Art is now repositioning. He knows there's no defuse coming in fast, so I think this round has just kind of slipped away. No armor on Art, though, so something for Alex to find if he gets in there quick enough. But Art is ready. Valiant effort out of Alex.
Yeah, if he had a defuse kit, I think he probably would have had that round, but he probably would have stuck it in, and I don't think Art would have been running in.
No, I mean, Art, yeah, he's kind of calling that bluff, isn't he, by not even just peeking the first time. But this was great from Alex. I mean, tough fights to win. One after another, but Vitality, there's no good call if you buy here or save the way Vitality is, and I don't even necessarily, yeah, you can't even really criticize them for saying, you know what, let's just get a very solid buyout and see if we can build on something. But this is, you said it was what, dark at the beginning of this half? It's now bleak.
Yeah, it's getting progressively worse, you know. Hard to find, you know, really any kind of a silver lining at this point. 14-3. Furia 2 rounds away from making the semi-final here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. They're going to be facing our team against Team Liquid. Again, I am actually excited about seeing that game now. I think that would be a lot of fun.
That's going to be very fun, especially considering Vitality was able to take Liquid out in the finals of Summit, and now Furia is just battering them across the map.
Yeah, they are getting beat up at the moment. Well, smoke right through the door, come the MAC-10, and Apex is ready for it. So that's one of the times that we've actually seen someone be able to stop a Furia player in this whole best of 3. Vinny with 1 in return, but Alex will take him down. A little bit of a fight being won here by Vitality. NDK is backing off. He kind of wanted to get out, but they beat the timing, and now it's a 3-on-3 in RPK. That's a lot of noise being made. Did he not hear it, Yuri? Maybe not. RPK could be flanking them fairly quickly on ramp.
How aggressive does Yuri get?
He is looking for it.
He's got to start moving now. He's so far away from the bomb. He's got to traverse all of Secret to go back in through lobby. He's being very slow about this, and I know he's got to be cautious, but he might need to get here much, much faster.
He has a Molotov, but they have 3 smokes, so you have to imagine that he can't probably Molotov the bomb at any point during any of this, and you're right, he has to get there very quick, and it's going to be too far away. They must hear him inside of the vent there, and smokes are absolutely everywhere. Could have put one up, but it was already smoked off, and bullets do nothing either to connect, so long defuse, but ultimately they're going to be able to get it 4th round for Vitality.
So much damage done. I think if they didn't have those smokes and he had some kind of clear vision, he might have been able to mop them all up. Either way, 14-4, nice win for Vitality, good opening kill. They've been getting destroyed in that category throughout Nuke.
Well, that is, you know, it's one more round on the board. It's very hard to feel optimistic about it, isn't it? That's the sad part. You would, again, you'd have to be quite the optimist to convince yourself that this is the beginning of something amazing.
How is he just swinging wide outside? Like, the Apex has got to be so mad. There's not even smokes out there. No one spotted that whatsoever. Zywu probably looking up at Silo, but the fact that he's just able to just run outside all the way to Secret and get a free kill.
Yeah.
Those are the things that can't happen if you're actually going to try and make a comeback.
Cool little flashbang on top of the pipes there. Great headshot to begin with. RPK with a beautiful follow-up, in fact. So we're going to get one more kill before he's down, so that A defense working out incredibly well. And the last two players for Furia already tagged up, so...
Yeah, but this now turns into a game of timing. Yuri's headed off somewhere. There's 50 seconds to work with. He's breaking glass and he's coming right back. Good find for RPK. Art just trying to come through the smoke. I was going to say there was time for Yuri to move across the map if Art could hold on to Lobby and Hut. And you never know what position Yuri might find himself in. Maybe someone has their back turned, but either way, now the game is up. They know exactly where he is. Smoke going to come in. There's a gap in it, but I don't think that gap is going to get him a whole lot.
No, they're going to be watching this, aren't they? He's going to go for it anyway, and why not? RPK, though, with the triple, going to be able to save the round and put a 5th on the board for Vitality. And that means no more money for Furia. So...
yeah, finally the pressure eases off a little bit, doesn't it, for Vitality? I mean, maybe not fully, obviously, because you're down 5-14 in the second map and you're about to be eliminated, but at least in terms of, you know, unarmored opponents, very few nades, Deagles instead of AKs, instead of those Kriegs.
yeah, they should be easier rounds, definitely.
In theory.
Theory. Yeah, we're not confident about anything anymore. Just been too much madness. Rushing out after the initial grenades, and they do put up a great crossfire. No problems at all.
Yeah, Furia wasn't winning that one. 2 players in the site, 1 in the rafters. That's way too many awkward battles. CORSAIR just wants to grab 1 right at the end. A little bit of shaming with Burstfire Glock, but he's going to get flanked out. So 6 rounds now for the defense, as Vitality have rattled off 3 straight to kick off this comeback attempt.
I mean, what a comeback it would be. 12-3 on this version of Nuke playing CT side. That is, I mean, that doesn't happen so much. Old version Nuke, like, you know, maybe
very doable.
Yeah, you could, like, yeah, that could happen, but
Perhaps some fast pressure, at least simulating it. Nade Molotov combo at the door. Not a lot of nades for Furia, but they now have that door open for the entire round. They can try and peek in. Yuri doesn't want to mess too much with outside this time.
yeah, and they stack up that SMG here at the ramp, and they're just not ready for it. Nice job by NBK. Even gonna follow up with a bit of a grenade. That does a lot of damage. Yeah, good little trick. I mean, it was so popular in the beginning, and then it sort of, you know, faded away. But now people do it every once in a while, and I think that's the way to use those kind of boosts, you know? Like, do them like once per half, and then people get caught off guard.
Well, looks like Furia. This is their last chance to get into this site. Good kill on RPK. It leaves Apex all alone. He's got to have backup coming from behind him. Up above, and Furia still have not turned this corner. Flashbangs are great. There goes the Raptors player, but Apex is on a tear. He is being aggressive on the floor of this bomb site, making sure they can't find their way in, and it's just Vinny. 1 versus 3.
Great round for Apex. He does finally get shut down. A little bit of time here for Vinny, but it should be very hard to get a chance to get a bomb plant. They're up above him as well. He spots it up pretty quickly, but again, he's getting flanked as we speak, and Alex will take him down. So 7-14. Again, I mean, I don't know at what point. I think it's when you win this map, if you're Vitality, that you start to feel like, okay, maybe there's still a chance, you know? Like, up until that point, you are just playing under that, like, you know, dark cloud of...
The shroud of elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very close. Vinny's 25 and 12. Vitality 2 rounds away from getting knocked out, and there's the spray. It's not going to finish off Art, who might want to come through and try and find Apex reloading, and he is, but he misses all of the shots. He had the opportunity, he created it for himself, but he whiffs everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, great plan, just not the greatest execution afterwards, but that was well done.
I think he actually wanted to go down the vents. He just heard Apex just spend all the bullets.
No, I definitely agree that's what happened. But they do get the kill on Saiwu anyway. Yuri picking up with a deagle. And he's out by the red content. He's kind of low on health, so a grenade. No one nearby with one, but if they had one, if Alex was close by, then that could be a quick way to finish him.
I think they're setting up late wall of smoke so he can actually cross, but with that low HP, all right, his teammates are coming to join up with him. They've got to get past NBK, who's loving this fight. Very little danger for him. Although it is a deagle. Oh. They've left the bomb.
They have left the bomb.
And the wall of smokes now disappears. So it's like you got to go back and run the gauntlet all over again. You've already done this once. But great kills coming out for Furia. They've got 3 of them so far. And even though Yuri doesn't really have a whole lot to do more in this round with the HP that he has, the economic damage is phenomenal. He can actually save that.
Could definitely save it. 15 seconds, so... Nice try.
Nope.
Guess he just didn't want to.
No. Obviously not. 8-14 now. Vitality just 6 rounds away from tying this up.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you say the numbers out loud, you could feel how it's just not amazing. They have won 5 in a row, and that is definitely something, right? Furia, all they need is a couple of mistakes here for Vitality to be making, and they're going to be right in the semi-finals. There's Art pushing in aggressively. RPK just not ready for that kind of a thing. NBK, good kill with the AWP. Thought he would continue to back off. It's kind of scary to be sticking around.
It's only because he has Alex here at the corner to help him out. Alex can provide assistance, keep them slow from turning the corner on him, but it's a nice pick from NBK.
Oh, and that was through the wall. He got Yuri right through. That is always annoying.
Some old school spamming. Not sure how Furia finds their way back into this. You have 1 above Alex. That's such a strong position, especially when Apex is in sight. There's the Molotov to force him into the open. That's a good opening kill. Now they know exactly where Alex is. He's dropped. It's Yuri again over by Vents and Zaiwu, stuck behind the smoke.
Oh, nice shot from NBK. They have a smoke still on CORSAIR. They just put it up again, and that's going to be a huge kill. NBK, now Saiwu has to come for the smoke. It's going to last forever, and CORSAIR will take him down. That final smoke there on him to smoke off Mini one more time, that is so good. And look at the money that's left on Vitality. That's 15 rounds. Series point here for Furia.
It goes back to that just 2 rounds ago when Furia was stuck outside with just deagles and able to find those 3 kills right at the end. I mean, that's where this is a factor. That's the difference between going up against 3 M4s or 3 AUGs, and instead you're going up against 3 SMGs.
Let's see how they managed to do this. So FAMAS, 4 MP9s and a P250. For Vitality to try and keep themselves in the tournament. Somehow fight their way to overtime by winning 7 rounds in a row. This is where they jump off, right? Not really that inspiring. Oh, no. That was Yuri on the other side, but still, very good job. And now a complete decimation here at the lobby. NBK trying to get close. Straight headshot from Abel J. Alex, the last one left, and well, that's going to be all over. 16-8 as Furia take down Vitality and make their way to the semi-final here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. They're going to be facing off against Team Liquid. As a Counter-Strike nation, Moses, you've got to say Brazil is really showing us a lot these days.
They are such an exciting region, and obviously this team has been hyped up for a long, long time, and it's good to see them get some results behind them as well. That was a brilliant victory over Vitality that looked so strong coming into this, and you can already tell Apex a bit frustrated giving out high fives. Everyone probably a bit frustrated in the Vitality side. I mean, let's just say it. They got ran over in the series. They came in and it felt like they were completely unprepared for the style that Furia was going to bring out. And it showed on Inferno, 10-5 Terra Staff. It showed 12-3 opening half on Nuke. And Vitality's just constantly fighting from behind, and Furia never let up.
Yeah, that was brutal to watch, honestly.
Yeah, it did hurt. It was a bit uncomfortable because you're just like, why is this happening? Vitality's showing some good things. People finally have faith in them.
Yeah, you know, like in boxing, when somebody can like throw in the towel into like the coach and they're like, stop. They've had not used it. Sort of feel like almost at one point that was needed. Absolutely amazing. The analysts surely going to have some fun with this. What a powerful team, Furia. What do you think, guys? Good game.
Yeah, it was a good game indeed. Thanks, fellas, for your contributions there. And more importantly, I just want to kind of ask you guys what you thought. I mean, you had the opportunity to kind of turn things around, maybe say, you know, Furia might have this series overall.
Well, one of these teams came to play today, and it definitely wasn't the French, right?
Yep.
Look, you can see here that they just started slow in both of these games, and unfortunately for them, they couldn't get a gear to get back into it. The pressure from Furia was way too much. They were much better prepared. It felt like they had a clear game plan, while the side of Vitality was always trying to react, right? They were always one step behind.
And Jacob, you highlighted Vinny. And that is a player that showed up in a humongous way throughout this series.
Yeah, he was very good once again. I mean, the way he plays is just fun to watch, I feel. He's very aggressive. He plays the creek, you know, and I was talking to some of the Brazilian guys on Twitter as well. They said that he did that way before the buff even.
Yeah.
He's been playing with that for quite some time. So he's very accustomed to it, and he loves to do it. And it's fun to watch him play with it because you can see how much control he has with it. Overall, I will agree. And if you got to be a little bit critical when you look at the Vitality lineup, and it may sound very rough to say now, considering they just won the Summit, they're in the quarterfinal here, and they have done okay, also beating North. But they lack individual skill on this team. If they want to go all the way to the finals and they want to consistently be a top 5 team in the world, surround yourself and look at the teams that are currently surrounding them in the top 5. They don't have enough individual skill to counter that on a consistent basis. Alex was the outlier at the Summit. He's not going to do that every tournament. So if they want to be a top 5 team, somebody got to step up.
Are you saying that in terms of individual firepower?
Yeah.
That's what you mean? Okay. Chad, would you agree?
No. I
Okay,
think they have
why?
a lot of firepower. I think you have Zywoo, potentially one of the best players in the world. There's no doubt that in my mind, within the next few years, he could be easily within the top 5.
Sure.
I think Apex is that up and down factor, but he definitely has a lot of skill. I think if you look towards names and you're going to be looking at players who need to step up and have more of a contribution, then you have to start looking at RPK because his style of CS is very one-dimensional, right? He is kind of that individual player who, if they come to him, he can make the kills, but on the T side, you're not going to get a whole lot out of him other than a role player. But I still think MBK is a fantastic player, and I think Alex is still settling into this position. I think I get what you're saying. You know, a lot of the teams in the makeup right now, they have players. But if we look at ENCE, you know, the firepower on a team like ENCE, you know, we could compare it there. There's not necessarily anybody that's a standout superstar. They're all very good, right, across the board. So if these guys can lift their level a little bit, then they can be contenders. They've already shown at the Summit they can do it, just not consistently.
Well, the gentleman that certainly left his impact throughout this series, Art. Now, that's a guy we're going to talk about, but first, we're going to talk to him directly. We do have him down on the stage with Frankie. What do you got, Art?
Well, I've got Art for you, and I'm so excited to talk to you. When you started this process, were you expecting to go so far against these experienced teams?
I don't know, expecting maybe, but believing yes.
And in terms of Vitality, they had to adapt constantly to you in those maps, but did you have to adjust at all?
No, different from the ENCE game, we just go to the game thinking about doing your game. Not being like too countering, no, just playing your game.
And what was your reaction to that map, Vito? Because we know you can play any map, but you banned Vertigo, Art.
Yeah, actually we did not play the new map, Vertigo, and we are very confident on Inferno, so that was an easy pick for us.
And up next, you've got Liquid in the semi-final, and everyone here is expecting Liquid to be in the final. But what are you expecting?
Expecting a hard game, of course, but we believe a lot.
How are you going to prepare to face them?
The same way we prepare for Vitality, a lot of confidence, a lot of our game and less of their game.
But all of these teams now, they've seen how you can play. They've seen your ferocious, aggressive T-sides. Liquid are going to have seen that. How are you going to anti-strat them?
Oh, that's no problem. We just adapt.
You just adapt. I absolutely love it. Art, thank you so much for talking to me. Congratulations on making the semi-final. Let's head back to the desk because I'm curious to see if they think Furia can take on Liquid and win.
Yeah, that's exactly where they find themselves now in the semifinals against Team Liquid, America's team, the second team in the whole world, we want to call it. Hell, even their era might be upon us, so Furia are going to have their match there. But I kind of want to look at the path here that they've taken throughout the brackets, because I feel like Furia has certainly kind of made a statement throughout their entire run here. You know, they've beaten up on NRG in the first round, 16-7. They keep going forward, 2-0 Fnatic. Now, that's a big one to take. First two right off the break have been taken down. That's a rough one to swallow.
Yeah, and they secured their spot with that Fnatic game to go to the quarters, right? Then they got a free swing at Ents now, able to take Train, Ents' best map, that's for sure. So they're showing very good signs here, and it's that Counter-Strike that they've been putting on that is explosive, right? We looked at Inferno, we talked about that. I was really impressed with their CT side on Nuke here. We've been talking about their CT sides being relatively weak. There was an 11-round stretch there where they just locked out. Look, Vitality did get a round on the board, but in that 11-round stretch, it was only 1.8 kills a round for Vitality, right? They're not even getting 2 kills a round. They only found 2 opening frags. They only got the bomb down twice, so they were kept. You know, it's almost a clean sheet, right? You see those kind of rounds very often. It wasn't a tussle. It wasn't back and forth. They weren't really getting much map territory. Furia was just destroying them. So if they can make their CT sides like that, then it's looking fantastic.
So I guess looking forward, right? Because we do have another quarterfinal in our hands. We are going to have FaZe taking on G2 in roughly 1 hour. Guys, is there anything else to be said about this matchup? We do have to say goodbye to Vitality at this point, but going forward, is there anything to look forward to with them?
I think Vitality is going to be a little bit disappointed in the way they lost this game. Obviously, coming into this tournament after winning the Summit, you can't expect them to win every single tournament they attend to. Coming into the quarterfinals, I would say would be a minimum of goal for them.
Yeah.
They achieved that, that's fine. They were also able to beat North in a best-of-3 series very convincingly. They had a good stint here, but the fashion they lost to Furia today, that gotta be disappointing. And I still stand by my statement. I think that some of those players right now on Vitality, if they want to consistently be considered a top 5 team, which is the rank I hold them to, they need to step up a tiny bit, as you said as well.
Yeah, I think with the team, right, they maybe reached the summit too quickly. You know,
I see what you did there. That's not bad.
Because they're still a team who are bringing things back together, right? And they've had their peaks. There was a while there it was just the ZywOo show, and maybe MBK would have a game where he dropped 20. But it's something which they've obviously been getting better step by step. And if more structure can facilitate Apex to be more consistent, then you're almost on to something, right? But you're right. It's the third star. Who do you see it? Well, I guess it has to be MBK. I guess he has to be the one who has to go back to the Source days where he was a big fragger as opposed to a supportive player like he's been in for the majority of his CSGO career.
Maybe turn him into some sort of mutant, maybe a Dark Phoenix to be exact, which is coming to a theater near you real soon. That's right, head over there. I do believe it's somewhere between June 5th, 6th, 7th that movie's going to be landing in a cinema near you, and make sure that you're keeping up to date, because coming up after the break in roughly 1 hour, we're going to see FaZe take on G2 here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters in Dallas. So that gives you just about enough time to head on down to Lockhart Smokehouse Barbecue, perhaps Pecan Lodge, or even more, Off the Bone Barbecue, because when we come back, we've got our second quarterfinal coming your way.